Today's blast from the past is something that I started years and years ago, and it got put away in an embroidery box that I have. And this is sewing, quilting. It's got applique with the blanket stitch done by my machine on it, and it's got some embroidery on it. And it says, "The flowers of friendship never fade." And all I need to do is stitch on two French knots for the eyes, put a little bit of blush for her cheeks, and she's done. She just needs to be quilted. And so that's going to go in my to-do box to get done this month and get quilted. It won't get quilted this month. With Christmas coming, I won't have a lot of time to do any actual quilting, but it's a beautiful piece. This is April Cornell fabric from Moda. Probably about I'm thinking it's probably done in the later 2000s, like maybe 2006, 2007 maybe, when I did it. And I just used I had, I think, a charm pack of it, and then I had some of my own fabrics that I added to it. But it's time for this to get finished, and it will. I only have one thing that's finished, and I actually finished it last month, but it was in a basket and I couldn't find it to show last month. And this is Lori Holt's Cut Press Sew, and it went together really quickly. And I stitched it on Aida that I bought at Michael's. It's a 14 count Aida, and it's kind of dyed, modeled, and I really like it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to make a project bag out of this one, but I am going to sew this again, and I'm going to sew them just separate, or stitch them separately, to make pillows out of for my sewing room here. But I think I'm not going to do it right away. I think it can wait. That's hard to say though. I like stitching this, and this went together so quickly. I could get 4 pillows done in no time flat. And I've been keeping it in this container. I bought these containers off of Amazon, and I didn't have enough project bags for all my projects I'm working on, so I need to straighten out my floss here and then put my floss away and save it for another day. And then this is a little badge I make of every project I do. So here's another badge that can get put in my jar, and it's slowly growing of finished projects. And these I picked up at Keepsakes. I love them. I found them on Amazon, so I need to order some more because they're just great for keeping your linen or your fabric out of your work area. So this definitely is going to be done again. And I actually bought this for $6.98 in the States, so that's not a bad price for a pattern, and especially if I'm going to be using it. My original plan was to make 6 of them for my friends for Christmas, but no, that's not going to happen. I love my friends, but no, that's not going to happen. So this needs to get finished and fully finished, but it's another button to put in my jar. I'll start with my work in progress first. I have a few things that I've been working on, and one of them is this. My friend gave me the Stitchy Cards set D, and I stitched one of them, and then I'm going to stitch all of them on this. This is Cosmos Aida, and is it ever soft? I really like it, and it's a 14 count. This is just something I work on downstairs in the evening sometime. Oh, I see I have something coming through there. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, and then it came with this, with the floss for it as well. So that's just a nice quick stitch. Takes me a couple of evenings and I get one done. So I'll try to get another one done this month. What else do I have here? Oh, I've got this one here from the Fat Quarter Shop. And it's called, let's see if I can, Spookography. And I just downloaded the PDF. This is a really fun one to stitch, and even though Halloween's over, I'm still going to continue it till I finish it. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and it just goes so quickly. I got the first page done. There's, I think, 4 or 5 pages. Oops. On it, and this is on an Aida I bought from Fat Quarter Shop. It's gray small cobwebs, So there's the first page, and I've gone a bit into the other pages. So definitely I'll be stitching on this again. Might not be this month. I don't tell myself what I have to stitch on, except I've got my Sunday stitching, and some Sundays I don't stitch on it. Like I had my granddaughter this weekend, and I would rather spend time with her than spend time stitching, so we were really busy yesterday. And talking about Sunday stitch, this is my Sunday stitch. And then I've got my assigned for the Welcome to the North Pole, I do so much every month. So this is the day. I love stitching on this, and I find it hard to put down some months. So some months it gets more than a day rotation. The last time, I'll put a picture probably up here to remind myself to do it there, and of where I was at last month. I think I had a few of the flowers stitched in. So I'm almost done the first page on this one. And then I'll go into the house. And once you get the house done, I think it'll go really fast, because the bottom is mostly words, and then the border. So I'm just gonna get into the house here. And everyone that I've seen that has done this said they love stitching the house. So let's hope I love these colors. And this is on 36 count vintage country mocha, and I absolutely love it. I'm definitely going to buy more of this. I just love stitching on it. It's just so wonderful. So I got quite a bit done last month on it, and that's because I couldn't stop one day, so I did a 3-day rotation on it. But that's good, because then this week I didn't stitch. So, and then I think the last thing I'm working on is Welcome to the North Pole. And I'm finished down to here. I've got my November stitching done already. I had a doctor's appointment in Regina, so I stayed at my mom's for a few days, and I basically did nothing but stitch. And I got this half of it done, and then the other half I got done at home here. But next month I'll be able to take the badge off and put it in my finished jar. Now, I don't know if I'm going to try to frame this myself or if I'm going to take it in. I haven't decided yet. But there it is. I think last month when I showed I was about here. I didn't have this or this done. But I'll put a picture up here again. Where's that? Up there. And show you where I was at last month. I don't enjoy stitching on this linen. This is... oh, 28 count. Well, maybe 32 wouldn't be so bad then. This is 28 count sandstone tea witch-out linen, and I do not like it. The holes are so big. I find it pulls. It doesn't look so bad now. When you're stitching it, it looks terrible. But one more month, Santa and Mrs. Santa, and that one will be done. And I'll press it then. I was debating whether I should press it for this video, but I thought, you know what? I'll press it when it's all done. It's only one more month stitching. So now I'm happy, because I have basically half the month now that I can stitch a 3-day rotation and work on a project for 3 days. And as you'll see, as I start to go through my starts, you'll see that I started quite a bit last month, and I got quite a bit done. So this is my Teresa Kogut bag. I've got some of her fall patterns in here from her Patreon site, and I haven't stitched them, and I am going to stitch them even though it's fall, until I get tired and feel like not stitching them. But I did start on Fall Feels, and I used my iPad and Goodreader, I think it's called, to do this, because I found the pattern was really small for me to see. Oops, everything's going flying here. So this is on 14 count Ada from Michaels, and it's tinted kind of oranges and yellows, and I really liked it. And what have we got here? I was working on this morning. This sits downstairs, and this is part of my morning routine, to stitch a bit every morning. But Nova was here yesterday, and we were kind of had a downtime where we were just relaxing and watching TV. So I worked on it and got quite a bit done. I don't have much left to do. I've got this crow, this leaf, and this leaf here. And I want your opinion. Okay, this is the pattern. It goes fall feels. And it sounds funny to me, fall feels. I was almost going to put fall y'all, but I'm wondering, would it look funny if I maybe just stitched a few leaves in here instead of put the feels in there? Like maybe I can just stitch a few leaves going down. But there's a crow that goes up there I'm working on soon. But I don't know. I don't want to put that feels. And I'm almost thinking maybe I'm going to do a few leaves. Because it ends here. So it'll have some empty space. So maybe I could put a leaf down here. And maybe another one up here. And that'll fill that space in a bit. Oh, I've got a leaf up here to do too. I don't know. But it's almost done. If I hadn't talked on the phone this morning to a friend, it would have been done. But my friend phoned. I hadn't talked to her for a while, so that comes first. I love that. I just love that. And I keep 14 count downstairs because I don't need a magnification for 14 count, and I still like stitching on 14 count. So I just leave it. That's what I work on downstairs when I'm down there. If I watch TV in the evening, which I very seldom do though, I sit down there and I work on something with 14 count. It's just nice and relaxing. And then this is another badge that's going to go into my ever-growing jar soon, my old mason jar. Now I just started this Saturday, I think it was. This is autumn stitching seasons with the housewives. This is from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a club, and this is the pattern here. It's the picture, and I just have very little done. Nova was here, and you know, you got priorities when your grandchildren are here. So, but I think if I sat and stitched, it would go very quickly. Oops, I still got the hoop stuck in there. So that's all I got done this month so far. But I think this is going to go quickly with the house. And this is on 28 count thin white pine fabric by Fabric Flair from Fat Quarter Shop. It uses Classic Colorworks over dyes. They're kind of a mess on here, but this is keeping it real, right? This is how it is right now while I'm working on it. Well, normally I'm not messy like that, but with my granddaughter, you just kind of, you do what you're going to do the minute you're going to do it kind of thing. So that's that, and then this will go in this bag. And I said again, I'll work on it till I feel like working on something else. Okay, this is another start. This is my floss for it. Really pretty. This is the called for floss actually. And I photocopy the pattern, and I use highlighter as I go. But this is Teresa Kogat's Come to the Garden. And this is stitched on Weeks Dye Work straw. Oh, I don't know why I was looking for sand. 36 count, and I love it. And there it is. The only problem is that this border is going to be in a color that's almost the same as the linen. It's the inside of these flowers, and you can kind of see it over here. But I think I'm going to pick something else, just a little bit darker, to stitch this border around. But I felt like I got a fair start on it, and I love 36 count. It's just so nice to stitch on. And I was waiting on a color, so that's what that note is. So this again, this has got its badge made. It'll get to go in a project bag now that I've made some. Okay. This is another start. This is from Selenmar X Stitch off of Etsy. And this was one I showed you last month. I'll take these out of here. And I'm stitching. I actually ended up, I'm using my iPad to stitch this because I found it very hard to follow. There's so many pages. Oh, I got it upside down too. But this is what I got done so far. And this is on, I think it's porcelain, 36 count porcelain from, yeah, from Roxy Linen and Ada. And it's a fat quarter. Really nice. I love how it's going. I love the stitching. I love the intricacy of the stitches. I can see why people are really into like 40 count and 46, but I don't think that would be fun. Which brings this up. Okay. This is in here in a mess because I kind of got frustrated with it. So this is Blue Rhapsody, which I'm doing in pink. And I've retitled it Pink Rhapsody. Oops. And I'm stitching it in Roxy Floss, Florida Pink, and Tickled Pink. But this is it. I gotta take it out of here. I left it in the hoop. I don't normally do that. But this is supposed to be 36 count. But look how tiny it is. Look how tiny. I have to contact them because look at the difference in the stitch sizes. There is no way this is 36 count. And I don't want to stitch it because it's so hard for me to see. Like I know it shrinks a bit, but it's a long way from 36 count. Like it is really tiny. And I got that much done, which is a fair amount, I guess. But it was hard. It was really hard going, and I don't know. I told myself, well, maybe just stitch this box. Stitch this. And if you're successful in matching it up, which I doubt I will be, but if I am successful in matching that up, then I could do the rest. But this is the part that really matters, that it matches when it's done. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But I do know it's a lot smaller than 36 count. And it's beautiful linen. It's gorgeous. I think I bought a half yard of it. Here it is. 36 caramel brownie. Oh, it's a one of a kind. And it's a half yard. That's one of a kind. So you can't get, once it's gone, it's gone. But I still think I need to contact them because I think this got mislabeled. Like I know it shrinks, but that much? Like I should really measure that maybe and figure it out, but that's math. Math is hard. So let's just, I don't know if I can get these side by side really good. So you can see that. Like I'd say the stitches are almost half the size. I'll have to take a picture and send it to them because I'm probably not going to stitch on this if that's how hard it is to stitch. But I did order magnification glasses, so maybe that'll help. But I am enjoying it. Like I'm enjoying this. I think I'm going to do the borders all the way around and then I'll start on the insides. And I did get quite a bit done last month, I think. And then this, considering how hard it was, I got a fair amount done. I don't know if I should come down here and go this way. Yeah, maybe I should. And then I'll come down there and we'll see what we got when it's done. But would you contact them? Like, would you contact them if you felt you got the wrong size? I don't know. Anyway, that's it for my starts and my work in progress this month. Last month, I bought quite a few patterns in the last few months. When I went down to Keepsakes, I bought a lot of patterns, but I didn't have the cotton for them. And I do like to try to get at least up to the cotton kitted up, and then I'm slowly starting to build a stash of linens. But so I'm not even going to show you all of these, but this is all the cotton I bought last month. in one order. And now I'll have to spend the time matching it up to some of the patterns that I bought, and then see if I have something in my stash that I can use towards to use the linens for, because I did buy some linens at Keepsakes when I was there. I also bought some patterns. They're right here. So I bought, let's get these out of the way. I bought the Wee Santa, so I'm too late for the stitch along, but I did get, oh yeah, it did come with beads too. It's got beads down here. So I'm anxious to get started on that. I hope I ordered the cotton for it. It's, I definitely won't be using 32 count antique lamb's wool from Witchelt, because I don't care for their 32 count, the one I'm working on right now at least. I'll probably do 36 count, because that seems to be something I really like. I think I need to get this Santa too. And it's Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works. There have to be more colors than that. Classic, oh yeah, there's more colors. It's just that they're over dyed. So we'll see. Hopefully I have enough, have floss in my kit so I can start that. Since I started back at cross stitch, I have been eyeing up a few patterns, and I finally bought them. As I mentioned in my fabric, my quilting session, I love foxes and chickens. They're my big things. So I actually love most of the patterns in this collection, this Cottage Garden Samplings. They've got some really nice stuff. So I ordered the fox, and it's mostly DMC, except for maybe the in here and the fox color. So I think I will order the over dyes that I need for that one. Then I ordered another one from Country Cottage or Cottage Garden Samplings, and I've been slowly getting some of these as well because I love the snowman. And we farm, I call it dairy barn art because where we live used to be a dairy barn, and we have the big huge barn, the dairy barn, but we are strictly beef cattle. We don't do milk, but we do have a few Holsteins that we get for when we have twins, or if we have a cow that can't nurse her baby, whatever means, we put them on the Holsteins. So this is very fitting. But even if we didn't have Holsteins, some Simmentals are similar in this color, and probably what I would do is I'd swap out where it's white, I would do a tan or a brown, and then where it's the black and the grays, I would do shades of cream and make it into a Simmental. Then another fox one I've been eyeing up that I want to do is Plum Street's Fox Few. I love these where they stack, and I just saw today, I think it was on Brenda and the Cereal Starter, that there's a cardinal one. I wouldn't mind getting that one as well. But isn't that cute? The foxes standing on each other. So that would be a quick stitch too. So I need to get that going. Most of what I work on is fairly elaborate pieces, but I've been doing a 3-day rotation. So you do get to do lots of different things. And then this Courage sampler, the Pink Stitchers are doing this, and they show it every month, and they're doing it in pinks for breast cancer. And I think this is in honor of Pam from Pam and Steph. I believe she's, is it 36 years? I hate to be wrong, but she's been cancer free from breast cancer since then. So this is one of her stitch alongs. I don't have the cotton for it yet. It only calls for 2 colors. So I might again go on to Evertote and order some Roxy yarn for this, or not yarn, floss. I also ordered a Nurge hoop. Everyone talks about them, and I've never tried one. So I thought I'd give it a try. I tend to stitch in just small little hoops that I get from, wooden hoops that I get from Michael's. They're very inexpensive. But I like it to be tight, and they don't stay tight. So I'll try this, and if I like it, I'll order myself a few more, because I always have more than one project going at the same time. I try to order Dyeing for Cross Stitch is the website, and every month she has a new linen, and you have to wait till it opens up. like it doesn't just automatically ship. You have to order it every month, which I kind of like. This is her October linen, and this is the 36 count, and it's an 18 by 27 piece. Isn't that incredible? It's coming up darker than it really is, but it's very orange and very purple and incredible. How did this fold? I did this wrong. Okay, so let's see if I pull it up. Yeah, that's still, the purple's still darker and the orange is washed out. But it's a beautiful piece of linen, and I find I like 36 count, so that's what I've been ordering. I can see it well with my magnification, and I love the look of it when it's done. Then finally for my haul, when I was going from quilt shop to quilt shop asking for door prizes for my retreat, one of the quilt shops had Rit dye, and I'm sure I've seen it elsewhere and it was $16. So I picked up a few colors. I picked up this teal, I picked up Kelly green, I picked up tan, and I picked up marigold. I thought the colors would work well with each other as well, but I did buy, in one of my previous hauls, I bought some white, or just an off-white even weave, Laguna? Why do I forget words when I need them? Anyway, I bought some of that to dye. So this is a gain though, because Christmas is coming and things are going to start getting busy. I probably won't try to do any dyeing until after Christmas, but I think it'll be fun. I just need to find a source. If I could find a source for 36 count linen to dye, or even a 34, if there's such a thing, count linen to dye, I could dye some of my own. It would be nice. And I think that's it for my haul. I think that's it. I bought mostly embroidery floss, but I bought a lot of it, so I'll be able to kit up a lot of my patterns that I've purchased and, you know, get playing, get stitching on them. Okay, I've been working on this project for a while. I just do 1 or 2 rows in the morning, and not every morning. It kind of depends what's going on, and my hook came out, so I kind of want to find out where I've left off. Here we go. Just put my hook back in and straighten this out. Okay, I've been working on this Afghan for a little while. It's just a baby one, and it's a kit that I got from Mary Maximum a few years ago. It's called Diagonal Crochet. Now, I can't really show you really good on my camera here, but I will take a good picture of it after. And it's amazing how much you can get done just stitching a row or 2 a day. I'm on my decreasing part now, so the rest should come together quickly, and then there's a border to crochet on it. And I'm having so much fun. I haven't crocheted in years, and to get back into it now it's just been a lot of fun. I don't know what project I'm going to work on next. Maybe granny squares. We'll see. But this is part of my everyday routine. I go downstairs, I have breakfast, I do my devotional, read my Bible, then I do a bit of crochet. Oops, that's probably making you dizzy. And then I do a bit of cross stitch, and then I come upstairs. Well, actually, when I wake up, I cross stitch up here on my higher count projects, and then I head downstairs after that. And then I come up here and I do whatever for the day. It's just a real nice balance in my life. Well, the only real sewing and quilting I got done was at my retreat, and I did finish quite a bit at the retreat. I did the Lori Holt Quilt Seeds Block 1 and Block 2, and I will show pictures of them at the end of the video. But here they are here. This is Block 2. I haven't pressed them yet really well. I just had my little travel iron, and I always like to have a big iron and give them a good press when they're done. This here I may or may not fix. I don't know how much it bothers me. I'm going to sew these. There's 6 of them. I'm going to sew them together and make a bed runner with them. So there's block 2. And here's block 1, which I really goofed up on. But I'll tell you what I did. Just so that you, and this is really out here. This will bother me. I definitely will fix that. But I made a big mistake. I often look at the pictures when I do patterns. I often don't really follow the directions. And as you see here, these are skinny squares. Mine are fat because I sewed the wrong half square triangles onto it, the wrong size. And I didn't realize until I went to put the block together, because this was wrong too. This was doable. It was fixable without me taking the block apart. But these I would have had to take the block apart, and I didn't feel like doing it. So in the end, nobody's going to know that this wide flower was supposed to be narrow unless they have the pattern. And I don't mind it. I think it looks okay. That just shows you can make mistakes, but you can correct them. I could, if I felt like it, go back and put a bigger triangle in there. There was plenty of fabric in the kits to do any fixing. This is really going to bother me though. But I just thought it's fine. Like, I'm not going to take it all apart and put it back together again for something so minor that in 2 years' time I'll totally forget where that mistake was, or that I had even made a mistake. Would I make these again? In a heartbeat. I love them. I love Lori Holt stuff. And I'm keeping these patterns. They're in such nice little containers, envelopes. I'm keeping them out on display because they're just beautiful in themselves. And then I made some bags. I gave one away already to my granddaughter Nova. She was here just this past weekend here, and I gave her a puppy dog one. And then these are the other ones I made. Now, I don't know why I made these so long. I know I wanted to put rulers in one, and I needed the length. And I'm still debating whether I want to keep them this long or whether I want to go and just cut them here. I'll see. I think this is a nice size because my zipper wasn't, I had to go by the size zippers I had in my stash. And my zippers weren't long enough to do it this way and make a wide bag this way, which I would prefer. So I tried to make it long this way instead. So this is fabric that I picked up while I was going to look for door prizes in the stores that I went. I would always buy something because I felt guilty just getting a door prize and not buying anything. Here's another one I did. Now this was near the end of me doing them, and I had a little bit of the seam allowance here showing, like you could see the quilt batting. So I just sewed on a little kitty up here, and I picked my favorite one because that one reminds me of Chloe. And yeah, I just fixed it that way. And then I quilted the back. I've very minimal quilting on these. I think if I was to do them again with yardage, I think I would load it on my quilting machine and just do a whole bunch of quilting, and then they're done. But here's another one with the cows. This is Lori Holt fabric, I believe. And then the back is the cows. Oh, I haven't shown you the insides of these. So this one has the cows up here, and then the crosses in there. I'll bring these other two back and we'll take a look at what's inside them. Oh, just nothing too exciting. This I put on inside out, and I thought, you know what, it's staying there. And then this one here on the inside, we have some plaid from Lori Holt, and then the bees. So I have those 3 done, and I got 3 more here to show you. These ones, I think 2 of them are the wider ones, which I would prefer making. And I love this fabric. This is from my stash. And then the inside is just the cows there and the animals, and then the print, and then the back is the print. And anytime I use the fabric to tell me what kind of quilting I want. Like this one I just quilted on the lines. And this one I just did a crosshatch because there was really nothing to say quilt this way or that way. I often just quilt a couple of lines up here for the top. I think this one is my favorite. This fabric has been in my stash for many years. It's Little Red Riding Hood. I just love it. And there's the back. And sometimes the zippers don't exactly go with it, but it's what I'm using, things that are in my stash and trying to use that up. So I love that one. This one I know I'm going to put in the sampler that I'm going to do for my granddaughters in that one. And then here's another kitty one. I used to have an orange tabby like that, except she had really orange eyes and the inside. This again is Lori Holt fabric. It's got little chicks on it. So, and here I just did put a zigzag stitch on and just ran with the zigzag. Just a little something. I don't want it to detract from the picture on the front. Now I can use these. These have been sitting out waiting for me to do a video so I can use them. So that's about it. That's about it for my sewing this month. I've been cutting up. I have a bowl I got at the dollar store. It's a real pretty bowl, and it's not that big, and it's my scrap bowl. And when that bowl's full, I'm supposed to stop everything I'm working on and cut whatever's in there into usable scraps. And based on Lori Holt's book, Scrappiness is Happiness. Well, I was so busy getting ready for the retreats that I just kept stuffing stuff into that bowl and stuffing it into the bowl that the bowl is overflowing. I've been spending an hour every day this past week cutting. I sit and cut for an hour, and I still haven't reached the bottom of the bowl. Note to self, don't ever do that again, because it's boring cutting all this stuff up into little pieces. It's much more manageable when it's just a few pieces at a time, and then it's put away and it's clean. Note to self. Anyway, so we'll go on to my haul, and I've been shopping the last few months like I'm never going to be able to buy anything again, which is crazy. Like, I really have to stop doing that. This has been in the store for quite a while, you can tell. These are 3 yards of fabric, and it's called a 3-yard quilt. So I've got these 3 yards, and this pattern I got for free with it. Oops, I guess it's got to go this way. And let's take the pattern out. You bought the 3 yards, you got to choose from a pattern. And I love piecing, so I chose this. I think that'll look nice. And let's just see what size these squares are. Because I do have an AccuQuilt system that makes it easy to cut 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Okay, yeah, I can use my AccuQuilt for most of this cutting, so that'll make it easy. Anyway, picked up that. This was while I was going to stores to get door prizes. And I want to support the stores that give door prizes because it's getting harder and harder to get them to give. So these 3, this will be a quick quilt. This is a good quilt to do when I go quilt with friends that I don't need to concentrate too hard. Okay, so then I've got my little fat quarter clubs that I'm in. I've got notes to the side here because I always get so lost. So here is my October fat quarter bundle. I'm in the Lori Holt fat quarter bundle from Happy Little Stitch Shop. She has wonderful videos. They have wonderful stuff in their shop too. And it's a family-run business. So this is the October Lori Holt bundle. I'm really starting to get quite a collection of Lori Holt fabrics. So that's the October. Look at this one. This is the November one. I think it's my favorite bundle I've ever gotten. Look at this. And then we've got the snowman. And then this is a recipe, I think, for gingerbread cookies, if I remember right, or gingerbread men. And look at this retro. My aunt used to have curtains with those kind of stars on it. And the little deer. And then our candy canes. Or like Nova said yesterday, they're J's for Jesus. And then some more of the stars. Another perfect candy cane stripe. A red one with the recipe on it. And then a plaid, a green plaid. So now these can get put away. I put things on hold waiting to do videos. I have a 3-tiered cart that I store them in. And, you know, it's starting to get out of hand. Okay, and this is the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Bundle from October. And we've got a text print, and then the polka dots, the plaid. I think that's, I don't know if she calls that eggplant or what color that is. And then the posies, the cross stitch, another kind of a plaid type theme. Some more flowers, gingham, chicken fence, chicken wire, and then that one. So yeah, you know, it's not that expensive, and you're getting a variety of fat quarters every month. I think maybe after Christmas I might join the Moda one too, and just get some different Moda fabrics. Moda is very good quality. Well, so is Riley Blake. What am I saying? All fabric is good. Okay, so that goes there. Then Fat Quarter Shop had a sale. If you placed order, I think it's a $120 order, you got the 3 Lori Holt stitch boxes free. Well, I won't order $120 from Fat Quarter Shop because it cost me $40 shipping, and then I end up paying $40 fees when it goes across the border. So I order $200. Anytime I order from Fat Quarter Shop, it's $200 because it's free shipping, and then I still get charged the $40. But otherwise, $200, $100 to $200 is $40 shipping, and below $100 is $20. So I might as well get my order up to $200, get free shipping, have to pay at the border, but I would have had to pay for shipping anyway. So anyway, I bought the B Dots, Lori Holt's B Dots Fat Quarter Bundle. That's one of her newer lines. And there's some really nice, it's all dots, different kinds of dots. My friend's coming over tomorrow. We're going to start a new quilt. What used to be our local quilt shop, she just does classes now. She's got a challenge quilt for scraps this right now. So we've decided we're going to use our Lori Holt fabrics for it. So anyway, that's the B Dot bundle. So then, what was next here? Oh, I bought some, when I was getting, I just have to pull my chair up here. When I was going to the quilt shops, I was getting fabric. I told you that about 100 times. And I thought I'd look for things that I could make bags with. So I fell in love with this chicken bundle, but chicken fat quarter. No, I bought half a yard of it, sorry. This chicken print, which we'll come back to in a few minutes. Look at the fox. I love chickens and foxes. Those are my favorite animals. So I'll make a bag with that. And I figured I have enough fabric in my stash that I could find something complementary to complement it and use with it, or maybe even a Lori Holt print. Then I got this Flower Power Fat Quarter Bundle. And I thought these would make nice fresh bags, fresh colored bags. And then we've got these two here. And then this one. So I thought those would be nice for bags. The way I keep buying cross-stitch stuff, I really like the idea of storing stuff in bags though as well, and labeling the bags. It really, it's a nice way to organize. Then I picked up this. I just loved it. And, oh, she's got them separate. I picked up, I think either a half a meter or a meter of this, I can't remember. And then is this as well. You don't need a whole lot to make bags. And then I picked up this to go with the pumpkins. Or maybe the pumpkins go on top. I could probably make them two ways. So that was my fabric for the bags. Then I picked up, I went to another store, and I love chickens, which I've told you. And I saw this, and I thought this would be nice to make little 2.5 inch square fronts for bags. Look, oh, this is just beautiful. I may have to buy that Fat Quarter bundle of this. It's beautiful. So then I saw they did have a Fat Quarter bundle. What am I saying? I don't even remember what I bought, but they've got this Fat Quarter bundle. So I'll be able to use this. I should be able to make a table runner too for my kitchen. And then I picked some of these ginghams and plaids and poppy cotton. I've never heard of poppy cotton before. It's a nice feel though. And then that one there. And these sunflowers. And here's just some posies. And these look kind of like 4-leaf clovers. And then this one, I don't think it's part of that line, but I just love it. It looks cross-stitched. So look for some more bags in my future. And I've picked up this pattern, the Fab Farm. I love Elizabeth Hartman quilts. I had to take this out of there. I made one, her forest, I call it Forest Friends, but I don't think that's what it's called. But I made that years ago, and it's my favorite quilt I've ever made. And then I made the dinosaur one, like a small one for my granddaughter. And I'm going to make this one. It's just gorgeous, and her piecing is a lot like Lori Holt's system. It's fairly easy. So that's on my list of things to do. And I ordered these. These were showing up on my Facebook feed and my Instagram feed. And I thought I'd just take a chance and buy them. So they're just little name tags that I'll sew into my bags. And it just says Winona Hoven Dairy Barn Art. And then it's just got yarn and scissors and needles and thread. And there's the other side. It's the same on the other side. I just thought they were neat. And then just sew them into the seam. Most of you probably know this, but when I'm sewing, I'll sew it into the seam. Probably up here somewhere. And it'll just stick out, or down here. Anyway, I ordered 50 of them. If I had a sublimation printer, which I want to get, I could print my own. But I don't know where I'd put a sublimation printer. And then finally, in my fabric related stuff, this came in the mail. And I forgot I had signed up for it. It's the Kimberbell Bella box. Now I'm not going to open, well, I'll open it. And you can kind of see this is a list of the things that are in here. If you want me to do an unboxing, please mention it in the comments, or else I'm just going to show you this. And these are the projects you can make with it. So I hadn't planned on doing that. I forgot to cancel it. So I'll have to remember next time when they ship it to look before I order it to see if it's something I really want to do or not. Because I still haven't done my last Kimberbell box. But that's it. That's it for everything. And I am going to show at the very end here, I'm just going to do a bit about some crystals that I bought at the Rock and Crystal Show. So if you're not interested, I'll say goodbye now. And if you are, stay tuned. I'll show you the rocks. I bought some bigger. I didn't buy a lot. I only bought about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. And they're different. And I'll just tell you a little about the characteristics of the rocks as well. So hang on. It's either goodbye or I'll see you in just a flash. I bought a block of Caribbean calcite. And Caribbean calcite is a new stone in the crystal healing community, and it's brimming with lots of potential. The combination of its lovely colors and the powerful energy it makes is one that everyone should try. Now, this is something I truly believe in. I believe that God put these on the earth for us to use. And in your watches and your computers, we all have crystals in them, and those are the energy. And if you tune yourself, you can feel the different types of energy that emanates from different crystals. But Caribbean calcite is very calming. It was just discovered in 2019 in Pakistan. and it's very rare, and it's only so far been found in Pakistan. And it's really precious because once they're done this mine, they don't know if they'll find any more. So it's a very precious, they may be found other places, but right now they're not. And it's a combination of blue calcite, white aragonite, and light brown, why can't I say that, aragonite. And it just brings you, the reason it's called Caribbean calcite isn't because where it's found, which most people think it is. It's because this makes you feel like the ocean, the calming breeze of the ocean, back and forth, back and forth. And it's got blue calcite in it, and calcites are very cleansing for your chakras. They're a really neat stone. I keep this in my bathroom, which, like, look at that, doesn't that bring to mind the ocean and the sand? But just a beautiful stone, and to see all the cubes they had is pretty neat, and then to see this fissure in there is kind of cool. So that is Caribbean calcite. This is one of my favorite stones, and it's blue apatite. And blue, the colors blue associate with your throat chakra. Apatite is said to increase motivation and build up energy reserves. It draws off negative energy around you and others, and it's often said to be useful for use with autistic children. Blue calcite is very, it helps you to speak out and to heal your, heartbreak and that. It's a very true stone. It's a stone of truth, and it's very beautiful. Now, they say that apatite also helps with weight loss. I haven't worked with it a lot with that, so I'm not sure. I do have a crystal healing grid downstairs to do a healing session on myself, but I haven't yet gone down to the basement to do that. I used to do it a lot when I had my crystal center up here, but since it's been moved to the basement, I don't seem to use it lots. So there's blue apatite, and this is a real fine specimen of blue apatite. And I keep the names on there. I take the prices off so my husband doesn't see it, but I keep the names on there because I forget. I don't think I'd forget blue apatite, but my brain just doesn't always work like it should. So it's just a little method for myself to keep track of my crystals, because I have many, many, many crystals. Here's another form of calcite. It's one of my favorite forms, and this is orange calcite. Now, orange calcite, like all other calcites, it's a very cleansing stone, especially for your lower chakras. It balances your emotions, removes fear, and helps to overcome depression. It dissolves problems to maximize your potential. This stone is good to use with your reproductive system, gallbladders, intestinal disorders, and irritable bowel syndrome. And calcite is said to help cleanse your system. Like you can do a crystal healing session if all you have is calcites. You could do red calcite on your root chakra, orange calcite on your sacral chakra, yellow or honey calcite on your it's gone out of my head, your stomach chakra. I can't think what that's called now. Your solar plexus. And then a green calcite on your heart chakra, a blue calcite on your throat chakra, and what would we do? You could use blue calcite for your third eye. Some people don't use the third eye. And then for your head, you could use a clear chakra, or clear calcite. I find calcite is good for creativity. So I keep calcite in my room. I have calcite on every desk. This is probably a medium-sized calcite for me. I've got a bigger one. Some calcite, especially the orange calcite looks juicy often. And I've got some orange calcites that look like, and if you want to see them, let me know in the comments, and I'll, at the end of another video, I'll show you some of my orange calcites. But they look like oranges. It looks like you've sliced an orange, and it's kind of got the skin area, and it's got a little bit of a creamy color, and then the juicy orange calcite. It's a wonderful stone. It feels good in your hand. This one is definitely going to stay in this room. I'll probably put it by my sewing desk because I don't have a bigger calcite at my sewing desk. But you can kind of get an eye of that juiciness just right down in here. You can see that. This is labradorite. This is another one of my favorite crystals. Now, labradorite sends shocks through my hand, and you may not believe this, but it happened to me. I was scraping off this at the bottom, and it just shocked me right in my palm. It was like the crystal saying, "You're hurting me, don't do that." Labradorite originally was just found in Newfoundland and Labrador in Canada. This, I think, is found from Norway. But look at the flash in that. Each piece of labradorite is different. When I was taking my crystal healing course to get certified in crystal healing, I had a bag of assorted rocks, and I couldn't figure out what one rock was, but it kept shocking me. And so we went back to the rock and crystal show the next day, and the guys looked at it and he said, "Oh, that's labradorite." He knew right away. It was just one of the paler forms. This is an awesome form of labradorite. Labradorite helps to form a negative barrier. I'm just reading this out of my Crystal Bible book by Judy Hall, and it helps shed negative energies during therapy sessions. It helps relieve stress and helps to regulate your metabolism. And remember, this is all theory, and I don't want to tell someone I'm going to heal them with a stone. It's a lot of emotional stuff comes out. It's said to balance hormones and help with menstrual tension and help lower blood pressure. But again, I'm not a doctor talking. I'm talking as a crystal therapy, crystal energy therapist, and it's what I believe. And again, I'm a Christian, and I believe that I don't believe this is hocus pocus. I believe God put these minerals on the earth for us to use, just as he put doctors and all that in place for us as well. That these crystals are made of God. And you may believe that or not, but that's what I believe. This is serpentine, or serpentine as some may call it. It's a wonderful stone. This is out of Madagascar, and I love that it's shaped in a heart. It's just so nice to hold in your palm when it's shaped like a heart. They say that serpentine helps you to feel more in control of your life, and that it's also very cleansing and detoxifying for your body and your blood. And it's also said to ensure longevity. Doesn't that just look like a tree branch, like trees growing in there? It's said to eliminate parasites and help in calcium and magnesium absorption, and also to treat hypoglycemia and diabetes. But again, this isn't a doctor talking. You need to follow your doctor's advice at all times. The light green, this comes in a lighter, you can see here. And when I was reading this, I didn't realize that infinite stone or infinity stone is a form of serpentine. I have that, and I never realized that. But it said it's excellent for pain relief, especially menstrual and muscular aches and pains. So, like, my suggestion is if you're having really bad muscular pains or menstrual pains, I would put that in my lower abdomen area and just leave it sit and see if it helps. It may help, it may not. You know, it's worth a try. Finally, we have septarian, which is often called dragon's egg, and that's because it's often formed like this. And this is a slice of it. You can see this side hasn't been polished, but it's a combination of calcite, aragonite, and chalcedony, and it encourages you to take care of the earth. It illuminates under black light as well. I don't have a black light, and it's said to harmonize the emotions and intellect with the higher mind to bring on illumination. It's beneficial for season affective disorder, and maybe that's why I bought it, because I do suffer from that, because we don't get a lot of sunlight up here in the wintertime, and I'm not outside a lot. So sometimes I find that the crystals you buy are crystals that are something you're lacking in your body that you need. It helps with self-healing, skin disorders, cellular memory, and metabolism. It reduces swelling and growths. It supports the intestines, kidneys, blood, and the heart. And that's all from Judy Halls. This is in the Crystal Bible too. But this was quite expensive, and I had to have it. I just decided that was it. I was getting it, and that was it, because it just so beautiful. And you don't see them very often. So, and you can see why it was called dragon's egg, because it's kind of shaped like that. And you don't know, like if you saw a rock like this out wherever you are, and I guess these are, does it say where this one's from? From Utah in the States. But if you saw a rock like that, you probably wouldn't think much of it. How would you know what to cut? Because you wouldn't see it until you cut it. Cut open, you don't see the beauty of it. But anyway, that's it for my rocks and crystals. If you don't like this stuff, like I said, please don't watch. But I know some people do like working with crystals, and I know people like collecting them, and then simply for their beauty. Like this was bought because of its beauty. And actually all of them were, you know, they're all beautiful, beautiful stones. My husband saw the bag and he said, "What's in there?" Because it was really heavy. And I said, "Rocks." And he said, "Oh no." But I can't even get them in there. My hammer's too close. But now these will go away. This is one I'll keep around me quite often because it does give me energy. I can just feel that energy just shooting in me. But anyway, that's it. I wish you lots of love and happiness until we meet again. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.